Good morning, everyone. My name is Jeff Masirwe, and I will be hosting this session. I am not alone as always. I am with the ever beautiful, the ever lovely, the ever sharing Miranda, who is going to be sharing with us today the search strategies. So, hi, Miranda, how are you?
Hi, Jeff. I'm doing well, and how are you doing?
Not doing good. The technology is not challenging.
It's not technology.
So many people.
Yeah, imagine.
But no, thank you for your patience, everyone, and thank you for making sure that we are audible and that you can hear us. It helps in terms of making sure that we are reaching you and then we are sharing what needs to be shared. Miranda?
Yes.
Yeah, just tell us, what are search strategies?
Okay, so a search strategy will be, or rather is a planned way of finding information like in a database. Like you plan exactly like how you're going to search for this information. And as you know, we have got different search types, and the ones that are on Symphony, we have got the keyword search, we have got the browse search, and then the exact search, right? And then you can also utilize the provided search indexes, such as the title, the author, and periodical title, subject, all those indexes. You can utilize them to find better results, or rather the most relevant results that meets your criteria. So in other ways, our search strategies are used to focus your search, either to narrow down your search or rather to broaden down your search. Thank you.
Thank you for that, Miranda. That was interesting. You mentioned keywords.
Yes.
Let's start with that. What are key searching words?
Okay, so a keyword is another search type that is available on Symphony. What it does is to look for the words that you have entered, like your search terms, in the provided index. For instance, let's say you're using the title as your index and you have entered Things Fall Apart as a title. What the system is going to do is going to look for the words Things Fall Apart into the title index. And as I mentioned previously, that the title index can be connected to Mark 21 tag 245 or 240, depending on how your system was configured. So what the system will do with a keyword index is going to go through the provided index and then look for your search terms and then return you the results. That is what a keyword index is. Okay, we are just going to continue with the keyword search. As I said previously, in order for you to perform a keyword search, you will go to the item search and display wizard. This wizard is available in almost all these modules, if not all of them actually. So you can click on item search and display. The moment you click on item search and display, you will be presented with these three options where you can perform a keyword search or a browse search or an exact search, as we explained previously. So for now, we are going to select the keyword because this is the type of search that we want to perform, right? And then on the index, you will specify the field that the system should look for the provided keywords in. And if you click the drop down here, you will see like different kinds of indexes. For example, if you select the author, the system is going to look for whatever terms that you have entered inside the author index. And if you select the call number, same applies with the call number or the cat key or the Dewey Decimal, or anything in this drop down, it looks in the indexed field that matches the appropriate index for the search terms that you have provided. So for now, let's just select the title and search for sociology and anthropology, for example. Okay, so the system returned 2 records, and then these 2 records, if we look into their 245 fields, let's take a look. we see that the title contains anthropology and it also contains sociology. And then the next record, same applies. It contains anthropology and also contains sociology. So this is what the keyword index does. It looks for the provided keywords. Okay, so the browse search is another type of a search whereby the system will match like your search terms character by character, and then it will sort the search results alphabetically within the vicinity of your search terms. For example, if you search for something like educational, right, the system should like give you like results like education, educationary, if there is such a word, like education, like until it gets to educational. So you will see those results like sorted alphabetically according to the search terms. And if I am to demonstrate that on the system, you will still go to item search and display, the wizard. And then instead of selecting keyword here on the type, you're going to select the browse, right? So the browse index will be browsing like for words that matches your search terms. For example, let's search. As you can see, we have got socio. I can't read these words, but you can see that the words are sorted within the alphabetic vicinity of this first word going down. So the good thing with the browse search is that you can go back and forth your search results, like looking for the most relevant results. And in most of the time, you can use it maybe for your call numbers, like you want to see like the call numbers that you have on the system. For example, you can just type something like this and select call number here and then search. Okay, let's choose a library, main library. So what the browse index is that is going to give you like your results within the alphabetic or numeric vicinity of the text that you have entered. Because here you see we have got S823 and then it highlighted S823 going down like until it gets to the S825, like going down. So these things are arranged numerically. So that's what a browse index does. So it sorts your search results in the alphabetic order that matches the terms that you have entered. That will be all for the browse index.
Please take us through an exact search and explain how it works.
Okay, thank you so much, Jeff. Well, an exact search, what an exact search it does is to look at the browse list and find a match that matches exactly the terms that you have provided. For example, let's say item ID as an index, and in the search terms, we put an item ID. The item ID will be the relevant barcode of the books. So you will type the item ID and then you'll select exact, then you search. So what the exact will do, as I've explained, is going to look at the browse index, and then whatever match that it finds, it will open the record. But in a case whereby there is no match, for instance, it's going to return you the browse list, that alphabetic list, more like a card catalog for those who have seen maybe how a card catalog is arranged, like in alphabetic order. The same applies to like browse search. That will be all for the exact search unless there are any questions. I see some hands are up. Yeah. So if there is anyone with a question, please feel free to open the mic and just say something. Any question? Please feel free to talk.
Okay, thank you. Good morning, Marinda. Good morning, Jeff. I'm Genevieve from the Library of Parliament. I was hoping you could just take us through the advanced search, because I'm curious about the indexes in the advanced search, if one can choose a different index per search, or if that is set by the institution's configuration. Thank you.
I'm sorry, Genevieve, you're meaning here you can choose like can you please rephrase the question?
Yes, exactly. The advanced search, so it's the little binoculars with the yellow sign. So I'm curious about, so you've got general and then you've got title. So is there any way that I can change title to perhaps publisher or subject?
Hi, Miranda. Do we have a second for me to speak?
Yes.
Yeah, cool. Sorry. So yes, those ones can be customized, but it's usually not from the front end, unfortunately. Your administrator or we need to do it, but you can input some other things there. They can change the order, or you can do things like author or ISBN. Those can be edited a bit. So just please submit a request and we'll take a look.
Thank you, Leon. So would that also be set? Would that be set? So if I changed it to, if I requested it to be publisher in place of title, would it always be general and publisher? So there's no way that we can have a drop-down menu at title to pick
Not
and
on
choose.
this side, as far as I understand. These are configured,
Okay.
and you can add quite a couple. You can add like 6, I think it was. So, but they are set in that sense. They're configured, and when you get there, that's how they look. You can't on the fly change them.
Okay. Okay. No, thank you so much.
If I could come in, please, Miranda.
Yes, Ms. Bongi.
Yes. Can you go to the properties of item search and display?
Okay.
And go to help us and check your advanced search configure. Yeah.
Okay. So this is where we customize them.
Yeah, this is where you can add them. So where you have general and title, you can go to the bottom one and add something else. Yes. Yes. And so forth. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay.
Thank you so much, Ms. Bongi.
Thank you.
Genevieve, are you answered? Would you like to add something?
No, I am answered. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Thank you, Genevieve, for the question. And Leon and Sisbongi, thanks for clarifying that and actually help assisting us in terms of navigating through it properly. And then let's talk about the balloon operators.
Okay. Okay, so we have got, thank you, Jeff. We have got Boolean logic operators, which are also another type of a search strategy. The Boolean logic operators, their function is just to either broaden your search or narrow down your search. And we currently have 4 operators, which is AND, NOT, OR, and XOR, which is otherwise known as an exclusive OR. So these search strategies, you can use them through a keyword search, and you can use them under the title index or the author index or the general index and the periodical title index. So that means you cannot use them in all the provided indexes on the system. They do not work with all of them. Yeah, that will be it for the Boolean logic operators.
And which Boolean operators can we use in Symphony?
Okay, so as I said previously that we have got 4 Boolean logic operators. The first one is AND. What AND does is it produces you the results that contains both your search terms, right? And then another one is OR. The OR will return you results that contains one of your search results or both of them. Then we have got the NOT Boolean operators, which will exclude the second term. For example, let's say you search for cats, not dogs. The system is going to give you results that contain cats, but not dogs. And same applies with OR. It will, and you say cats or dogs, the system will give you results that are containing either cats or dogs or both cats and dogs. Then we have got the XOR, exclusive OR. What the exclusive OR does is to give you results that matches one of your search terms, but not both of them. So I'm just going to quickly start demonstrating the AND Boolean logic operators using a subject. Let's do all here.
Okay, please share your screen. I see somebody share their screen by mistake there.
Okay, thank you, Jeff. Thank you. So as I was saying that we are going to demonstrate the AND Boolean logic operators. We're using the subject index, and we also have to put the search type as keyword. So I'm just going to search for sociology and anthropology. using a subject. So the system should return me records that contain both sociology and anthropology. Let me edit this. Sorry. And then if you go to the subject term, you see this one is medical anthropology. Let's scroll down. We see another subject is sociology. So this one contains both anthropology and sociology. Let's look at the next record. The next record, it contains anthropology and sociology as well. So this is what the AND Boolean logic operator does. And the manual explains that the AND Boolean logic operator doesn't always have to be in capital letters. So you can sometimes put a small capital letter. It does not make a difference. So the problem will be if maybe it's part of the title, like the title originally is called sociology and anthropology, and you don't want to exclude or include some of the results in your search term. So you will put the operator, you will enclose it inside the quotation to tell the system that this AND, you are not using it as a Boolean logic operator, but rather you are using it as part of the search term, and then you will search. Unfortunately, there is no keyword for that, that the subject itself is sociology and anthropology, but this is how the AND Boolean logic operator works.
How does it affect search?
As we have shown previously, what the AND does, it will return you records that contains like both your search terms. For example, if you said subject, like we know that the subject is like your 600, 610, 650s and all that. So when you're saying sociology and anthropology, you tell the system to search for sociology and like separate words and anthropology in the 650s of the records that are on the system. Like it can find sociology maybe in 610 and find anthropology maybe in 650, or it may find all of them like in like repeatable 650s. That's what the AND, that's how the AND work rather. Okay, so the OR Boolean logic operators, as I said previously, what it does is to give you like either of the search terms. For example, sociology or anthropology, it's supposed to give us results whereby the records only contain sociology or they only contain anthropology, but not sociology and anthropology in the same record. So let's do the search. Okay, let's see this one. The subject term, this one we have anthropology, meaning we're not supposed to find sociology in this record. Already we have seen anthropology, and in the subject terms, there is no sociology anyway. Let's look at the second record. The subject term, we see medical anthropology, and we see sociology as well. Maybe, I don't know, maybe it does both, but the manual said it gives you like either one, but not both of them. So that's what the OR does. And going forward, we have another Boolean logic operator, which is the NOT. What the NOT does is to exclude the second search term from your results. Like, for example, if you search for sociology and not anthropology, like, for example, and say NOT. So the system is supposed to return you records that contain sociology in the 600 fields, but not anthropology. So let's look at the subjects. We see sociology in this one. Let's see the next one. We see sociology as well. So that's what the not Boolean logic operator does. Like if you select the title index and say sociology, not anthropology, is going to look at your titles and look for the and only give you records that only contains sociology but not anthropology. And the other Boolean logic operator is the XOR. So the XOR Boolean logic operator, what it does is to bring you, give you records that contain either like the search terms, but never both of them. So let's see here. Okay, we said we need to see either sociology or anthropology, but never sociology and anthropology. So let's look at the subject fields. We see anthropology in this record. We don't see sociology, and we don't see both sociology and anthropology. And the next record, we see anthropology. Let's see if there is sociology in the subject terms. Yeah, there is no sociology. So this is what it does. Like the X or the exclusive or Boolean logic operators, it either gives you like either the search results like sociology or anthropology, or it will give you but it will never give you records that contain both sociology and anthropology. Thank you.
Oh, thank you for that, Miranda. Maybe can we close off? Because I think we've already chowed people's time.
Yeah.
Maybe let's close off with the how the not affects the search.
So then the not.
A second before we jump to that.
Okay.
Colleagues, please just if you have any questions, do raise your hand. If you feel comfortable texting, please do text on the chat section to let us know your thoughts, and then please also tell us where you are joining from. I see we have a huge number today, and thank you very much for that.
Thank you so much, Jeff. So the not Boolean logic operator, it will give you the results that contains the first search term that you have entered, but not the second search term. And we have seen that when we search for sociology, not anthropology, we actually get results that only contain sociology and not anthropology. So that's how it affects the search results, as Jeff is asking. And another searching that we'll be looking at today, we will be talking about using the Mark 21 text like in the search for field to search for the appropriate either title or author or subject or series. So what you are going to do, you are going to go to item search and display, and then make sure that your search is on keyword and the index that you are using is general, right? And then immediately after that, you will, for example, let's say we want to search for John Kani in the tag hundreds on the system. So you can either do this like Kani, then curly brackets, then AU, because the AU is the internal synonym for tag 100, or I think even your 110s, I'm not sure, I can confirm that. So you can say AU, then you search. So what the system is supposed to do is to return you all the records that contain Kani in the 100 fields or whatever index that contain the author synonym, right? So as you can see here, this record, the author is Kani John. Let's see this one as to why it brought it up. Yeah, even here, the author is Kani John. So that's how you will search for like specifically within the author index. This is the same thing as selecting author here and just saying Kani AU, right? Another synonym that we can do, or before we do another synonym, instead of saying the AU, you can still like just say 100. Right, and then search. The system is supposed to return you records that contain Kani in the 100 Mark 21 field. Let's see. So this one, it shows that Kani is in the 100 field, John Kani. That's how it works, right? Another synonym that we can quickly look at before we end the session is the TI for title. Like TI is the synonym for title. So if you want to search for something within the title index, you can either like specify what you want to type. For example, nothing but the truth, and then 245 or TI. Right, it's supposed to return us records that in the 245 field or the title index, it is nothing but the truth. As you can see, all this record is nothing but the truth, right? And just like we did with the 100 tag, if you don't want to type the TI, you can just say like 245, right? And then search. And then it will search for the 245 fields for the provided search term. It will search for nothing but the truth in the 245 field. Additionally, we also have got other synonyms such as like C key. Like, for instance, you can say C key and then provide the catalog key here and search directly for the catalog key, or I think it's SU for subject or SER for series. That's how you can use different searches on the front end of workflows. That will be all from me. I'll hand over to Jeff.
Thank you very much for that. Yeah, I think that was very insightful and informative. Thank you for sharing that.
Thank you.
Yeah, I think that brings us to the end of today's session. Unless if colleagues have any other questions to ask, or maybe any other comments that you wanna put forward. And going once, twice and a half. Yeah. So thank you very much, colleagues, for joining the session. I don't know if there are any last words that you want to share, maybe where they can find us for more questions.
Okay. Thank you so much, Jeff. Our colleagues, if you would like more information or you have more questions or you are even experiencing queries or problems with the system, you can send an email to rfa@uks.co.za. That is rfa@uks.co.za. Thank you.
But again, we also gonna compile some notes from this session, and then also share the video where you can actually get access to this video.
Yes.
A more refined one, if I may say. Yeah, so you will be able to have access to this session. We'll also try to attach the
notes
as well as the information about this session. So yes, we will be enabling you all the details. So thank you very much for that question. Yeah, if there isn't any other question,
all right.
Yeah, that will bring us to the end of our session. See you after 2 weeks.
See you after 2 weeks.
Yeah.
Have a good one.
Have a good one, colleagues. Thank you so much for joining. See you after 2 weeks.
Bye.